Let's check it out. We got a lot of spot Bitcoin stuff trending on Twitter. Cointelegraph, hopefully they didn't just make up something or fall. Crypto River says BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF just got accepted. Okay, no. Mr. Crypto said that too. SEC just approved BlackRock's Bitcoin spot ETF. CoinDesk says jumps on the possibility of Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF. This is an hour ago. I don't know. There's a lot of people saying it. Is it true? Is it not true? We need some confirmation. I wonder where Cointelegraph heard it from. Well, they didn't comment. SEC approves. I also think it's fake news. iShares approved. I mean, this all started from Cointelegraph. So I'm just wondering, where did Cointelegraph hear it from? I can understand a lot of other people make fake news, and there are some accounts that really do it, but like Cointelegraph was the one that reported it. So I don't know where they got their source, or they just started spreading falsehood. Anyways, nothing changes. Bitcoin, regardless, is still up to 28,000 where it started at the beginning of the day. The fundamentals did not change. We're right before the halving event. We're right before the quadfecta year. So nothing has changed other than the fact that maybe we don't have the very first spot Bitcoin ETF. I still wonder what made Cointelegraph report this if it's not true. If they delete their tweet, I'll be very angry. I mean, they are the ones that started this. As for Bitcoin, there's a lot of good things to concentrate on besides the spot Bitcoin approval today, which is absolutely huge. There's just so much goodness. I've been telling you guys this, told you guys to stay strong, stay focused, ignore the fudders, ignore the people that'll tell you that Bitcoin is still going to form another low at 12,000 or 10,000, or it has to retest 15,000 before going up. Like, you know, those are all just, I don't know, I'm just going to say nonsense at this point. What you need to focus on is the fundamentals. The growing fundamentals and the strength of Bitcoin keeps on getting stronger. Here's an example. People holding 100 to 1,000 Bitcoins had the largest jump since 2022. That tells you a lot of whales are jumping in right now. Why? Because they probably know spot Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved, and they know 2024 with the halving event coming up, this is a good time to get it in. I mean, if you base it on history, every time a month or 2 or 3 after having an event is when Bitcoin starts moving. So why would you not load up right now? Right now we're at 29,000. We may end up at 30,000 by the end of the day. Now, how many of you guys sitting here watching me is thinking, well, you know, I was thinking about DCAing last week. You know, when we hit 26,000, I kind of wanted to buy, but I didn't. And now you're probably thinking, why didn't I just push the button? Why didn't I just DCA last week? That's how it is with Bitcoin. In hindsight, you're always right 100%. During the moments, it could be a little bit fearful, but sometimes you just have to go with it. You got to go with your gut, especially when I'm presenting all the evidence of why Bitcoin will go higher and all the evidence that spot Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved. You just have to put the two and two together like I have been. That's why I'm so bullish on Bitcoin. Others may pretend like they're bullish on Bitcoin or they're projecting their bearishness. Not me. I believe in Bitcoin. I believe it's going to be absolutely doing spectacular in 2024 and even better in 2025, despite the uncertainty around macro environment or geopolitical environment. I don't care because Bitcoin is going to continue to move forward and higher because that's what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin does not read the news. Bitcoin does not listen to analysts that tell you that Bitcoin is going to retrace down to 10,000 before it needs to go back up. No, it doesn't do any of that. It continues to be the most secure and decentralized network on the planet, enforced by the miners that are spread across the planet, and there's no central entity that will ever artificially inflate it or do shenanigans with it. It's a pure system. That's why it's going to continue forward. And there's no disrupting and there's no stopping this train. Anyways, according to this person, Titan of Crypto, he's basically looking at Bitcoin's path across the years and the naysayers. Kind of like the inverse Kramer. You have a lot of people, if you do the inverse, you'll do just fine, right? So he picked out a lot of people that told him that Bitcoin is going to go to zero, Bitcoin is going to go down, Bitcoin is going to dump. And when you do the opposite of those people, including Jim Cramer, you'll do just fine. Like if you're looking at this chart, why would you be selling right now? I mean, just use history as an indicator. You look at it every time Bitcoin is down, especially in this green channel, it goes back up. So like right now, we touched upon it. Why would you think we go down from here? It doesn't make any sense. Here's something else in terms of retesting this resistance. You could see it happen both cycles prior to this one. And now we did just do that. So it makes logical sense. Well, if it happened twice before, it may happen again. It's not a certainty, but it could, right? And there were a lot of charts that actually indicated that we are about to bounce upwards. But the ETF news kind of just like accelerated it. Bitcoin is down a little bit. Ooh, we had a good pump to 30,000. And now we're back to 28.2, but we'll take it. We'll take it. The day is early. It's still very early, unless this is fake news. Even if it is, everything I've said is still true. I don't think it's fake news, but everything I've said is true. You got to focus on the fundamentals, and the fundamentals of Bitcoin has never, ever, ever been better. And here, looking at the halving cycle, the halving event that's coming up in April of next year, this is where we are. And look at the previous cycles leading up to that. What happens after the halving event? This. So again, right before, would you want to sell? Would you want to dump Bitcoin right before that event? We're less than 6 months away, arguably just only 5 months away. This is the time to be loading up, to be accumulating, to be DCAing, to focus on the future. This is definitely not the time to be fearful. Bitcoin is moving according to plan like it always has. Hasn't really changed. We definitely had a huge short squeeze that just happened. Let's double check it. So right here, there's about 28 million, 29 million. Let's see where it is now. Let's do a 5 minute. Ooh, let's do a 15 minute. Yeah, that short squeeze now 38 million. Love to see more short squeezes. I don't really care about those shorters. If they dare to short Bitcoin, then they deserve being liquidated. I mean, that's my take on all this. I like to see all the shorters get liquidated. No, I take that back. I don't like to see anyone get liquidated. Okay, once you get liquidated, it's a horrible feeling, and you lose it all. So I don't really want to see anyone liquidated. But if anyone was going to be liquidated, it should be a shorter.